Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Hope you guys are having a good Monday. Let me start this out, guys. It's a little bit complicated today, but let's figure this out. Captain Dan, I should be able to hear you now. How's that? Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Can you hear me? I can hear you, I think, moving. Or is that my own mic? Hello. Hello. No, it's okay. I can't hear you. Nope. You can hear me, but I can't hear you. Let's see. Let me get you on here on this. See if this works. Choo. How's that? Nope, that's Brian. There's Captain Dan split.
Okay, that's the
okay, I can hear you now.
The computer mic. You hear that one?
Yes. Try again. Can you hear me? Oh, interesting. Try one more time. Yeah, I don't hear you. I heard you when you said that was the computer mic.
How it all works.
There it is. It works. There it goes. You got it.
Reset.
You got it. No, you got it.
Yeah, well, that's the microphone from the computer.
Maybe that's what we were using before in the test. It sounds good.
Okay. Well, we were using this one before, but we'll see what happens here.
Cool.
Either way.
Starting over. Here we go. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Fishy Hour. Let's go. Today is a special day. It's Captain Dan's birthday on Wednesday, actually. He's turning 71. He is I don't know what you call one of the mentors of the show, or like what would you call yourself? How can we classify you on the show? Like a wise person that gives us advice? I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yep, I got you.
All right, cool. Do you want to try to mess around with it and fix it so it's on you?
I'll play with it. For a little bit, but yeah, it's just for some reason I'm not sure what happened. Everything is funny. It worked perfectly an hour ago.
I know, that's so funny. We jumped on. We did a check and everything was just fine. That's so funny. All right, cool. So real quick, let's get this show back on track and let's go with let's see. We got first message of the day came from Benji. Benji, let's go. Thank you, sir. And then the first like we'll give it to Oscar636. What up, Oscar? I got Oscar. I got Izzy in the house. What up, Izzy? I got Charlie. What up, Charlie? Welcome back. Peter86. Welcome back, Peter. I got Spinning Rod Rebel Marvin. What's up, Marvin? Welcome back. Captain Dan, let's go. I got TB Metal Art. What's up, Todd? Let's go. TBMetalArt.com, guys. Check out his awesome work. We got Doug Ruben El Sueño in the house. What up, Doug? Welcome back. Working on the boat today. Almost ready. All right, let's go. I got Leonard. What's up, Leonard? Welcome back. Roy down in SD. What's up, Roy? Welcome back. Arnie in the house. What's up, Arnie? I got Carl. What up, Carl? Iron Fish is here. Nice. Welcome out, Iron Fish. I got, what else we got in here? Ralph Aguirre. What's up, Ralph? Welcome back to the show. Thanks for stopping by. We got Brian likes to fish. What's up, Brian? Captain Dan, happy birthday. Okay, we got all the happy birthdays coming through.
Yeah,
let's see. I got Salty Dangler in the house. What up, Salty? The Sage. The Sage. Yeah, that's a good one. The Founding Father. Nice. What else we got? I'm here. Woke up just in time. All right. Nice, Leonard. Nice, dude. Glad you're here. Thanks for hanging out with us, and thanks for having me mod. Same thing with you, Salty and Eric. All right. So today, guys, really we're just gonna hang out with Captain Dan and talk to him, get to know, get some more of his wisdom from him, and I wanted to kind of like, just so we don't run out of things to talk about, we have something a little bit planned. We did come up. I did ask Captain Dan to help us out with a little bit of boat etiquette, since he's been around and he understands it from the captain's perspective, right? And not just for fishing, but also for dive charters. So like pretty much any situation where you're gonna find yourself on a boat, and we're gonna talk about it because it's like everything else, right? When I was a kid, my parents never really took us to like fancy restaurants, you know, like I didn't know what the procedure was like, you know, like the fancy restaurant for us was McDonald's, right? So, I mean, it's being real. Like, so the fancy restaurant for us was like, hey, we're going to go to McDonald's. I was like, oh, cool. That's awesome. I was like, you have to go to McDonald's maybe like once a week, once every 2 weeks. and it was a big thing for us as kids. And later on in life, when I got a job and I was like, I guess better off, I even as a teenager, I didn't understand like the process of going to a restaurant and ordering your food and not having to pay until you ate your food, right? It was like a weird thing to me, right? So I kind of like stumbled through it and I figured it out. I caught on pretty quickly and okay, this is how it works. So even that little thing, it sounds kind of lame almost, right? But if you weren't exposed to it, how are you gonna know, right? So what we're gonna do now is, for those of you guys that maybe have never been on a boat and you're gonna start getting on boats, right? Maybe a friend invites you on a boat. Okay. So what do you do? It's like, okay, well, we're gonna teach you today. We're gonna talk about all about that today, all the different situations where you would be on a boat as a guest and how to behave, I guess, so you understand what's expected of you and you have a better boating experience for both you and the person that invited you. Does that make sense? Cool. All right, so beginning of the show, guys, and since this is Captain Dan's birthday, we are going to do a little bit of a different pop top today. Today, we're doing Mai Tai pops. Mai Tai.
We are. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. I reset everything, and we're back on the Bose system.
Perfect. All right, sounds good. I like it.
Okay, good.
All right, so we're going to do, these are the, what are they called? Cutwater Mai Tais, because we didn't mix our own. There we go. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best pop top you ever heard in your life, 1 being the worst, rate this pop top.
Me? I'm going first. Yeah. Here we go. Oops. False alarm. Oh, jeez. God. You see that?
Yeah. Your sound canceling headphones canceled out. Your sound canceling headphones canceled out the pop. They're like,
oh my God. It's okay. It didn't cancel out the spray. Holy crap.
Oh, it's so funny.
That's pretty funny.
That's hilarious. Yeah. Like and definitely, you heard it start and then it just cut it out. Like it's like, oh, this is a loud noise. Protect your ears. That's so funny.
Oh wow, that's funny.
Awesome.
Oh my God.
All right. Oh, you still got an 11, a 10, a 9.5, a 10 plus, a 10, a 71. Let's go, Eric.
No, they're just sympathy. These are sympathy votes.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's funny.
That's so
I don't think that's ever happened before, other than Brian shotgunning stuff.
All right, here we go. Let me know in the chat what you're drinking today, and then let's do my pop top real quick. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best pop top you ever heard in your life, 1 being the worst, rate this pop top. You know what? It doesn't have fizz. That's the thing.
No.
That's the thing. Yeah. Oh, it smells alcohol. Yeah, it's because it doesn't have the fizz. It doesn't have that pop. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Coconutty, pineapple-y.
These things have like 2 shots in them, right?
Yeah. They're pretty strong.
These are pretty strong, yeah.
I'm going to put a little koozie cup on mine so I can keep it cold. There.
Cool.
Is that backwards or can you read it?
Oh, it's good. We can read it.
Okay.
Very cool. All right. Also, guys, as we're talking about this, if you ever had any questions about being a guest on a boat, or any confusion you've come across, any controversy, put it in the chat, and we're going to address that today. We're going to put a stop to this. We're going to answer your questions once and for all.
Yep. Yeah, I've got my phone. I'm watching and I got a computer so I can, and I have a couple. It's going to be a little interactive here tonight also. Okay. As I go through my program of information. If you have questions, you can put them in the chat and one of us, Roman or I, will get to it. Yep. But and there may be a quiz at some time, maybe not tonight, but there's going to be a quiz at some point in the future.
Nice.
I do have one little story for those that don't, a couple stories before we start.
Okay.
Every so often somebody says, "Are you really a captain?" So I go, yeah. So I got a question. If you were, and I'm also a scuba instructor, and if you want to feel old, have the certification agency that you work with, which is now a National Association of Underwater Instructors, send you your 50-year of service pin. Yeah, it was a scary one. But This is what I got. If you can, can you see the year?
Yep. Hold it more back a little bit. Pull there. Perfect.
Is that good?
Yep. 1972. Daniel Wash. What's 3132? Is that your actual instructor ID?
That is my instructor number, and now they're up into the 50,000s.
Oh wow!
So when I go to an event, a NAUI event, and they do this little thing. It's like a cakewalk. Okay, if your number was so and so, or if you were certified in such and such a year, and usually there's me and about 2 other guys, and the last one's still standing.
That's cool.
So that brings me to something. If you were born in 1972 or earlier, just put 72 in the chat. Just want to see how many other people. If you were born in 1972 or before, just put 1972 in the chat. Let's see what we got going there.
Cool. That's good.
Yeah. Okay. Now the next one, while we're waiting for that to happen, is that
Eric? No way, Eric. Eric, you were born in 72?
Well, I just told them to put in 72.
Oh,
so,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, or earlier? No.
Yeah, or earlier. Okay, so there's...
Got it. Okay.
So, guys, we'll be the ones at the seniors table at the next MMFC outing. Yeah, so give us room to kind of hobble around with our walkers, okay? 1969, there you go. I was born in 1951, for those that are counting.
Oh, cool.
Anyway, somebody asked every so often, like at the last thing we were just at there at Liberty Station, if I was really a captain or if I was a captain of the service crew at a restaurant or what the hell it was. So I said, yeah, okay. So every so often I have to pull out the paperwork. Here's what it used to look like. And put it right here. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful. Can you see it? Okay.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's a gorgeous, beautiful thing. It's like it's engraved like a dollar bill.
Yeah, it's got the webbing on the frame. It's beautiful. And
somebody that said I had a 5-ton license, which there's no such thing.
That was me. My bad.
Yeah, last week. Actually, it's 100-ton, which means I can run pretty much any sport boat in the fleet. Okay, so that's the first one. How it looked, just beautiful. All right. Then they went to this fancy thing to make us sound like we're important.
The Merchant Marine, yeah. Officer.
Yeah,
Merchant Marine officer.
So then they changed me from an ocean operator to a Merchant Marine officer.
Dang, that does sound more fancy.
Yeah, and then I'm going to scare you guys a little bit after I show you the last one. And the final one is they really cheaped out, and now essentially it's called a Merchant Mariner certificate or credential. Excuse me.
Yeah, credential. So that's like a passport, basically.
Yeah, it looks just like a passport.
Do you get that stamped like a passport? Can you use that instead of your passport?
I can. In fact, I do.
Okay.
And then this also tells where I can operate vessels and all that kind of crap.
Oh, that's cool.
And then the very back, I have my secret card, which allows me to go into secure areas in ports and harbors. And if I really wanted to, I could cut in line at the airport and go in the crew lines. However, I've got clear, and I'm a grand poobah with United Airlines, so I can go in faster with that anyway. So anyway, that's pretty much that's pretty much it. But yeah, so that's it. So how many? If you were, and I got that in 1976. I became my first Coast Guard captain's license was 1976. If you were born in 76 or earlier, put that in there. I want to see what we got going here. Benjamin says 1977.
Yeah, I got Marvin 1961. Arnie 61.
Yeah. 61, yeah. So
Todd 68.
Spirit of Adventure, yes, down in San Diego. I helped build the Spirit of Adventure, and I took it to Hawaii. Took 8 days, and I brought it back twice. Believe it or not. So and here's one more little facet. This will scare the hell out of you. If the you know what really hit the fan, and my license is such, and my agreement with the U.S. Coast Guard is that I could be put into active duty in the Coast Guard. Now, I laugh about that because I'd probably be running the Admiral's dinghy from Coronado over to the captain's, bar or something like that. Anyway, I have 24/7. I could be drug tested. They don't. My ties are okay.
Okay,
so,
that's interesting.
But yeah, I'm considered part of the Coast Guard. And not that a 70-year-old guy would get sucked into the active duty, but you never know.
Hey,
So,
you're basically certified to operate a boat, like and if they need people that could,
I could run like a Coast Guard cutter. You see the 88 footers. Hell, the Spirit was 90.
That's crazy.
Because I had to tell people, as you know, because you've been with me, it scares the hell out of me to try to back my 22-foot Grady White down the boat launch. I'll drive it. Once it's in the water, I'm good. But my neighbor and boat partner, George, does that. And as I said, I can put a 90-foot boat in a 94 feet of space, but God, don't ask me to back a boat down the boat ramp. It's just not going to happen. So those are some important facts. It's sometime in the near future, not tonight, not this week, but there may be a quiz in a couple of weeks here that I forgot to tell you about, Roman. It's going to be a quiz.
Oh, here we go.
Somebody may win something if you pay attention to what I have to say tonight. All right, so we got all the prelim stuff out of the way, and back to you.
That's so good. Very nice. All right, boys. So, that's a good chat going on. Lots of good stuff going on in the chat, guys. I appreciate that. Do me a favor, hit that like button, guys, because when you do, it helps promote the show to other people that are subscribers, and maybe miss.
Oh, Zach is here. Okay.
What up, Zach?
Because I'm here. All right, Zach. I want you to see something. I ordered this just for this tonight.
Oh, very nice.
The shirt is just for tonight.
That's a good shirt.
Now, if you look behind me, this is my edit system. In fact, that's the Spirit of Adventure right there. Yep. It's my screensaver. I've embellished the edit system just for tonight.
That's good.
And that's based on Zach's kind of input.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
Yes, I did not build other boats down in San Diego. No, I run the Bottom Scratcher, the Sand Dollar, the Kona Princess, the Kamehameha 3. I did the Sea Flight jet foil a little bit. Let's see, the Horizon, did some things on that. Let's see, the Truth. And I forget, there's probably a little Aloha, and some local dive shop boats that I can't remember. Oh, the Caribbean Explorer.
Very nice.
So, yeah.
Captain Dan, are you doing, sorry, Captain Dan, are you going to be working the 2022 Motocross Series this year? That's from Brian.
Brian, yes, I am, and talk to me at some point if you want to come out to the event.
That's very
yes,
cool.
I'm going. It starts at Pala over
cool.
Memorial Day weekend. It goes all over the country and then comes back and ends in Pala the weekend before Labor Day. And if any of you guys are thinking about summer travel with the family, airfare, I can fly to Germany for $551. But it's going to cost me $1,500 to fly to Hartford, Connecticut.
Wow.
So you really need to pay attention to your airfares. The production company is just really getting hit hard on all of our airfares. Because just for those of you that don't know, I'm in charge of the outdoor motocross television crew, and I've got 60 people on the crew, and there's probably 40 something of us that travel, and so our airfares. We used to get airfares between $200 and $600, and right now we're looking at $800 to $1,800 for an airfare.
Wow!
And that's economy. Wow. That's not first class. That's economy. Yeah.
Jeez.
So, who's down in San Diego? I forget his name. Is that Cal? Roy?
That's Roy. That's Roy.
Roy. Okay. Sorry, Roy. Sorry. I just you get old like this, you forget stuff. I've run a couple of fishing boats over in Hawaii, but. I would never purport to be a fishing boat skipper. I know enough just to be dangerous. Okay, I can fake it, but believe me, if you're paying the money to go on a trip now, you don't want some guy like me faking it.
Yeah.
So I don't. I've run some private boats. I've run a couple of yachts, 70-foot yachts. And took one. Took another one, a Michelson down. I delivered that down to Cabo San Lucas, and we fished along the way. I've got a lot of local knowledge. I know where to fish.
Yeah.
And all that. So yeah, I could hold my own, but I don't consider myself a fishing boat skipper. So, likewise, the fishing boat guys don't consider themselves dive boat skippers. They think we're crazy, and they cannot believe that I would put a boat like 10 feet from a shoreline. You know, and you look down and you see Garibaldi's. When you see Garibaldi's in eelgrass, I go, yeah, okay, we're in about the right spot. You know, and that just freaks them out. You know, you put a 90-foot boat like the Spirit of Adventure, which looks like the Royal Polaris and the Royal Star and all the other, they're all pool boats, all the same boat. You put a big boat like that in 8 to 12 feet of water, and you know, I don't get nervous about it. But I pay attention. But those other guys, they don't even want to get close. It's pretty funny. Yeah.
Todd said the Princess 16 is sinking. Oh, geez. You gotta.
What's that again?
Todd got a call for that. The Princess 16 is sinking. A pleasure craft salvage. Oh, dang. Oh, it just says. Oh, I see. So Todd, the nature of his work, he gets those kind of alerts. He's got an alert that a boat called the Princess 16 was sinking. That sucks.
Oh, that's no good.
Yeah,
that's no
sad.
good. Yeah, I've had 2 dive boats in the fleet, big ones. One just sank off Rehivijados, I think, down there in Socorro or somewhere. And this thing, 160-foot dive boat that's only like 2 years old. They don't know if they're going to salvage it or not, you know. So anyway, that's
crazy. We got some more questions here. Let's see. We got a question from Zach. He says, "Did you have a pineapple upside down cake to celebrate?"
No. I may make one for Wednesday. We'll see. I never had done that before. When you guys saw those that I made, you know, I've told people I'm a good cook. I'm not a chef. Don't ask me how to make a sauce or any of that fancy crap. But you know, I could hold my own. Our family, we owned a restaurant. All my cousins still own restaurants. I cooked on boats.
That's like the game changer.
I filled in when the cook was so drunk she couldn't stand up straight. Then I wound up being the skipper and the cook.
Oh man.
And you know, it is what it is.
That's
but we may. I don't know. I may make a pineapple upside down cake.
Because I know Izzy.
I got 2 of them behind me.
Right. I know Izzy in here in the chat. I would call him he's a chef. He works at a restaurant. I mean, Izzy, what separates a cook from a chef? Is it the sauces? Because I don't know how to make any sauces. Sauces do make the big difference in a meal. Yeah. All right, I got Eric's got a question. He says, we always ask pilots if they've been in a plane crash. Have you ever been in a sinking ship? Oh, that's a good question, Eric.
No, but I've been in a plane crash.
Yeah.
You know, right? I've been in a plane crash, and I've not been in a sinking. Actually, I'll tell you what. I'll give you a thumbnail on what happens in a plane crash. You don't know you're crashing, but all of a sudden, when you do, there's 2 words you say, and I'll just say the first one, and it's and then you hit the ground and you hang on for dear life and you hope that you don't die, and then you say, this isn't going to kill me, but God, would you stop this thing from rolling around? And that was 1987. Broke my back. I could touch my right toe to my left ear. Okay, it was one of those. Yes, and they were going to amputate my leg, but being stubborn, I wouldn't let them. Thank God. You know?
Wow.
The only time I've been in a sinking boat, actually, you know what? It's pretty funny. This is pretty bad. But in 1973, myself and a couple college buddies, we rented a houseboat kind of thing from some guy, and we drove it down to Guaymas. And we were sitting up on the sun deck shooting off fireworks and drinking shots of tequila. And one of the fireworks, oh God, this is a true story, went all the way around and came back underwater and hit the hull and put a hole in the hull. And we started to sink, so we had to take the boat really fast back up to Guaymas Harbor, you know, and get it up there. It's back on the boat before we sank the boat, and then we fixed it. Yeah, so that's the closest I've ever come to sinking a boat.
Did I get back?
And I wasn't even licensed then.
What's up, Cal? Welcome back. We're hanging out, talking to Captain Dan, celebrating his birthday, and talking about a little bit of boat etiquette. Super fun. And also taking some questions here, so that's hilarious. Dude. See, I saw one here, it was pretty good. Where is it? Eric said, "You're like the Dos Equis guy." Are we sure we're not? Are you sure that Dan's not the Dos Equis man, the most interesting man in the world?
So one of my, you know, it's really amazing. You know how you can still have relationships with girlfriends and stuff. And I got this birthday card today from an ex. It says he took the road less traveled, and that made all the difference. It said, but he brought a helmet and a tiny shopping cart.
Nice.
And it made all the difference. Anyway, so
That's hilarious. That's awesome.
So, yeah, no one travels through life quite like you. And I've got 3 brothers and a sister, and they're all far financially more well off than I am. But I've had the most fun.
Very cool.
I have to say, I have had the most fun. So, that's all I can say.
That's cool. Very cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very cool.
See.
Okay, so
most interesting. Let's see. Any scared? Was there what's the most scary trip as a captain? Let's see. Who asked that? Ironfish. I wouldn't say scary, but I would just say major pain in the ass was our trips when I used to run the boat in Hawaii, the Spirit of Adventure. And here's a big 90-foot boat with 3 engines, and I could power through almost anything. But one night I had a general, an Air Force general, and the Schofield Barracks dive club. We brought the boat up from Kona to Honolulu, which is quite a little trip. I think it's over 100 miles. I can't remember. And to take these guys out for the weekend, it was kind of like we're doing it as a favor, help the military, take them diving, we're Coast Guard, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's Friday night. They all get on board, and we're getting them Mai Tais and poo-poo platters and all this kind of stuff. And now it's time to leave. So we take off out of Honolulu Harbor, and we're headed down. You go down by Hanama Bay and Makapu'u, and then out in the channel between Oahu, Molokai, and Maui. And I'm aiming towards Lahaina because typically we dive over there, and then on Saturday night they all get in town and go get liquored up, and we drag them all back to the boat and take them diving and whatever. It's just a bunch of service guys having a good time. And I'm sitting and it had a chair, the skipper's chair, or the boat driver got to sit in the chair, kind of like what I'm sitting in right now. Thank you, 120 miles. Thank you for that. And I'm sitting there with my feet propped up on the console with all 3 engines. We're doing, I never ran it too fast. I kept about 10 to 12 knots. And all of a sudden it's getting a little bumpy as I'm sticking the nose out into the channel. And then the lights of Maui disappeared. And I went, but same thing I said in the airplane.
Oh, no.
Crap. And I took all 3 throttles and everything and just dragged everything and put it back as the boat went off a cliff, and a wave just flew right into over the bow like we were a little 18-foot skiff, and it blew out all the windows in the salon in the front.
Oh, wow.
We had so many people on board. My crew they were sleeping in the salon, and they got soaked. Thank God nobody got hurt. But as we said, that concludes tonight's service. And I turned the boat around and we went back into the harbor, and that was it. And they weren't too upset about that. I have to. They weren't too upset about it. But and this is no BS. If you've been in Hawaiian waters, yes, I've been in Hawaii. I've sailed in Hawaii. The channel between Maui and the Big Island is called the Aliniuihaha Channel. And it's number 5 in the roughest water patches in the world. We used to have to go back and forth all the time with this thing, inter-island. And it just really, it wear and tear on people in the boat was really amazing and extensive at times. The first time I brought the boat to Hawaii, and we Coast Guard inspected it and did all our paperwork. I then took it down to Kona. I had 2 local skippers on board because my license at that time did not include Hawaii. Oh. So I had to have 90 days of service in Hawaii to add that to my license.
Oh, interesting.
Now my license is good anywhere in the world, essentially. But back then you had to have zones. And my zone in California was a big one. Mine went out to Guadalupe Island and up all the way into the Sea of Cortez, and there weren't very many of those. So I went on trips just for my license out to Guadalupe Island to be on boats for people, But anyway, so the first time we crossed the channel, it was like Lake Kamehameha. It was flat as could be, and I'm going, "Oh, you were just trying to scare the hell out of me and make me scared." And no, you'll see. And as it turns out, they were right, because as the year went on and trips going back and forth, if we can, here you have seas, 6 to 10 feet,
Yeah.
your trip's probably going to get canceled. There we're going, oh, thank God we've got a flat day, because I've had to take the boat over in 18 to 20 foot seas inter island, and you can't just go straight across, otherwise you capsize the boat.
Yeah.
So you'd have to go up the channel, taking the weather off your port bow, and then you'd go up there for several hours, and then you'd turn and go back down and then ride it off your port stern with all loosey-goosey, the boat just going all over the place, and then to get around before you can get back around so that you didn't capsize the boat. So that was so, like I said, we used to pray if 6 to 10 foot seas, oh yeah, we're good. So, anyway, so I'm not scary, just you got to deal with it. That's all.
That's crazy. All right, so Captain Dan, we're gonna have Coach on at 7:45. We got 15 minutes, and then after that, we can talk a little bit more if you want to hang out, or it's up to you. Okay, so let's
right.
We're gonna do now, guys. Since you guys got a taste of Captain Dan's experience here on the water and running boats. There's no need to add more credibility here, guys. He knows what he's talking about. So now we're gonna get you guys up to speed. If it's your first time going on a boat, friend's boat, charter, here's some of the advice that Captain Dan's gonna give you as for beginners.
Okay, so I've broken it down into two things, and if you have questions, put them in. I'm going to go through it pretty quick because I've got 13 minutes to do this.
And don't worry, we'll if we jump on with Coach, we can come back to you. So it's all good.
Maybe we get him on. The three of us will be drinking Mai Tais together. You never. Good luck. Hang in there, Coach. I'll go through this as quick as I can. All right, so let's start with sport boats. And some of this stuff may sound pretty basic, but believe me, I've seen it all. Okay, so the first thing about a sport boat is know what the boat name is, where it is, and most importantly, be on time. And when I say be on time, and Arnie will vouch for this, allow plenty of time to find a parking place, especially if your boat's leaving out of Fisherman's Landing, Point Loma Sport Fishing, or H&M. Okay. When you get to the boat, the crew should be friendly and greet you. Wait until you are instructed to get on board. Don't just climb on and start taking over, because that's not cool. The boat, they still may be cleaning the boat or they're doing something. So always just be respectful and wait for prompts. Okay. Have your driver's license, ID, passport, fishing license. Have it ready, because when you check in, they're going to want to see it, especially if you're going to Mexico. As far as COVID, I'm not even going to discuss it. Each boat has their own policies. Bring your proper apparel. If it's February, it's going to be different than if you're going out in August. But I will tell you that some of the foggiest, coldest days on a boat are in July. In the mornings, June and July, June gloom in July. I can tell you how many 4th of July trips that we're all bundled up like, Eskimos. So just, be aware of that. Something very important. What's the word? I feel sorry for you if this happens to you. I've never been seasick in my life. It's just, I just lucked out. But take motion sickness meds well in advance. Don't wait till you get to the trip to do it. Do it well in advance if or put on the patch or whatever it is. I just had all the surgery I just had. One of the things they had me do, I had to wear one of those patches because of the nausea from the medication that I was taking. And pretty interesting. Sunscreen for those of you that burn easily. I'm half Italian, half Irish, so that's why I get, sometimes I get a nice suntan, but then my hair turns orange, as you probably saw. And, oh, by the way, nice promo shot there.
Nice,
that was my yacht club shirt from Kona when I had the boat there. I had the yacht was too big to go into the yacht club, so they all came out to us. Bring plenty of cash for tips. and your galley bill, and small bills. Don't bring hundreds. All right. Tip the crew. Divers are notoriously the cheapest bastards I've ever dealt with. Fishermen, when I go down to the Rancho Leonero, I am a huge tipper. I'm like a whale tipper, if you know what that is in Vegas. I'm one of those because having been there and understood, just so you know, in order for me to get sea time way back when, I was paid $10 a day for a 24-hour day as a deckhand. $10 a day. All right.
Because you need you need that service time to get your license, right? To get your captain's license.
730 days.
That's
crazy.
So
yeah. So anyway, so the tips were very helpful back then, so that I could afford my 42 cents a gallon gasoline.
Let's talk a little bit more on tips, just because we're on it. Ballpark, like if you're paying $250 for the trip, for the day trip.
Depending on how many crew members are on board, if they did a really good job, 20%.
Okay.
25%. I just me personally,
yeah,
because I've been going out with the same guys down at Rancho Leonero for 25 years.
Yep.
They get accurate reels, they get rods. I start out the day at $60, and by the end of the trip, we're at 120. And so I'm a big tipper. You can never tip too much, but don't be a little weasel. You know what? Just plan on, if your trip's a $250 trip, plan on, adding $50 to $75 for tips,
okay,
plus whatever else, if they have a galley charge plus galley fees, and that's if they don't, if they don't do a good job, if they're surly and they're not smiling and they're, 10, 15%, it kind of makes them figure out what's going on.
Yeah. Okay.
It's tough. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's difficult. Always that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Check your ego at the dock. All right. If you need help, you're not sure how to rig a bait, tie a knot or anything else, ask the crew. They've done it a zillion times. They want you to do well on board. We are in the entertainment business. That's what we do. I take people diving or fishing. We're entertaining. We're there to entertain you, and the fishing is just that's a side gig. Losing a fish because you weren't rigged properly, you didn't crimp properly, whatever. It sucks, and everybody gets bummed. Just so you know, I've been tying knots since I was 7 years old. All right. I know how to tie a knot. I can tie fishing knots. However, when I go down to Rancho Leonero, my buddy Santos, my pangero that I fished with forever, that is not bashful about chewing my ass out if I do something wrong. I let him tie all the knots. In fact, I'll even let him bait the hook, because he's done it day in, day out. He knows Mexicans' style a little different than ours. You know what? Let the expert do it. It's not an ego thing for me. I've been there, done that. I know how to do it. And speaking of bait, don't camp out at the bait tank. Sit there and grab a bait and kind of screw with it and drop it, and then pick up another one. And while that one's on the deck flopping, and expedite your trip to the bait tank. All right.
That's so good.
Really.
I'm standing behind this. People trying to get.
Go. Yeah. You need a lawn chair? Would you like a Mai Tai while you're sitting over there? Stinking up the bait tank.
Trying to grab a bait.
Yeah.
Really. Pawing all the baits.
Yeah.
When you're getting a bait, it's easier if you go underhand, right?
Yeah. So get in and get out. That's right, Dave Rage. Get in and get out. Yeah. And if you need help, ask. Trust me, they're not going to laugh at you in public, and they're going to say, over there, I had a bait. So, no, they're not going to. I'm just kidding. They're not going to do that. They want you to catch a fish. Trust me. They want you to catch a fish. The skipper wants to catch a fish. It gets very competitive. A quick sidebar. When I was running the bottom scratcher dive boat, which is probably the most famous dive boat in the world, at Point Loma Sport Fishing, I used to bring all the fishing gear on board. I think I've told you before. I showed you my Garcia Mitchell 300. I've showed you
that's right.
my buggy whip and all that stuff. We got to be so good at catching yellowtail down at Benitez and Roca Bend and San Martin for big halibuts and flatties and stuff like that, that I started calling it a fish report. And so I felt so good because, hey, look, the bottom scratch rate was a chalkboard back then. We made the fish report, you know, and those goofballs on the dive boat, they know how to fish. So, you know, and we knew where Squidco was, believe it or not.
That's funny.
Yeah. So anyway, one other thing that's really important, and you need to not do this unless you're allowed to do this, and I will explain it. It's called fishing the slide. If you know what the fishing the slide is, go ahead and just put "I know" or put something in the chat. I'm just curious how many.
Yeah, if you know what the slide is, guys, put it in the chat.
Yeah.
I know what the slide is.
I know what the slide is. And by the way, hey Salty, I see that real quick while people are doing that. For you guys that I'm not going to say what his name is other than Salty, but all I'm going to say is that I use my first name, and his last name has always been a name that I've used as a fake name when I'm sending out the BS things for email replies and things like that. And when he told me what his name was, I about died laughing. I couldn't believe it. And the last name was a buddy of mine that has passed away. So, but anyway, it's pretty amazing stuff. Okay, let's see. Muto knows. Let's see. Yeah, some of you. Okay, some of you guys know what it is. Good. Tyler knows. Arnie knows. Okay. So what the slide is when the boat, skipper slows down and he's coming into a spot, he puts the boat in neutral, and the boat is just kind of sliding into the spot. Some boats will allow you to fish the slide. Others will not.
So that means that
Arnie says, Art on the Searcher will kill you if you don't wait.
There you go.
So I'm serious. So it's a serious thing. It's worse than pineapple on pizza. Trust me. You got to know whether you can fish the slide or not.
Wait, hold on. Now, I lost your connection somehow. There you go. You're back.
Am I back?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So anyway, it's pretty important. And just so you know, on a dive boat, when I would fish the slide or use the slide, I didn't fish it, I use it. What I would do, say when the fishing boat comes straight in, and all this area right in here is just kind of the area where guys are throwing their lines, okay? As the boat just kind of slowly slows down. What I do on a dive boat is I'd come in and I'd turn the boat like this, and then all this area in here gets glassy, like an oil slick on top. And then all the divers could go, oh, look at that visibility. Hey, look, there's a Garibaldi or whatever.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So that's how I would do the slide on a dive boat. On a fishing boat, they just go straight in. Usually.
You can do the dive slide on the kayak as well, guys. If you do that on the kayak, you'll get that brief moment where the water is flat and you can see down on a clear day. So yeah, the slide, the dive slide.
Yep,
nice.
There it is. If you haven't heard of it, that's what it is. Let's see, what's next? If the boat is using a kite, or if you're trolling and you've got a spot, wait your turn. Just be patient. On charter boats, if you see a problem with the boat, the heads are clogged, not working, something's not right, let the crew know so that you don't have a head that overflows. We had that happen on boats before, and and things come back up that you don't want to see.
And if you don't know what that is, guys, it's the restroom, basically the toilet. Okay, because some people haven't been on boats, they don't know what some people call it. That's called the head sometimes. Cool. Benji's got a question real quick. What if you're new to charter fishing, and you're on a budget for booking the trip? Tripping on a budget, what do you suggest for tipping? That's a good question.
It depends on what you're paying for the trip. I would say if you're on a budget, 15%, whatever. If you're on a budget and you don't have a lot of money, and you want to bake a batch of chocolate chip cookies or do something, bring something for the crew, something nice, just show gratitude, show something, the crew, do something nice for them. Bring them a box of C's candy, whatever.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
things like that. If you have some shirts or whatever, just things that they can use.
Yeah.
Is what I would suggest.
It's really difficult the whole tipping thing is really difficult because that's a good question. I mean, you're on a budget, you're trying to figure out like, okay, well, is it going to be $300 or is it going to be really $400? What am I going? So basically, what you want to do, just to make it a straight and cut here, answer would be, even if you're on a budget, plan for the extra 15%. And maybe if you can't do that extra 15%, there's other things you could do, like I guess bake cookies, but just plan for the 15%. Think of that as a price. If you can't afford it, maybe just wait a little bit longer and save up a little bit and save enough for the tip. That way it's cut and dry, very clear. Does that work?
Yeah. Muto, I'm not going to go into your whole message, but all I'm going to say is that boats have holding tanks. unless you're on a private boat. In your little boat, we'll see how you handle that when you get your little boat. All right. Good one, Muto. All right. So listen, just don't be a squid. Be a good passenger. Treat the crew with respect. They're there to make sure you're having a good time. As I used to tell all my crews, even the television crew, and I've got 60 people, and believe me, we have belligerent drunks at motocrosses. I know that may be hard to believe, and I have to deal with them. And I mean, I said, why are you being such a to me one day? I said, because people like you that make me do this, but I've always told the crews, it's service, not servitude. They're not there to be your slaves. They're there to make sure you have a good time. And I've also told them, if somebody is an a-hole, feel free to, just smile while you're calling them an a-hole or whatever you're doing, but just be nice. And then, of course, always come to me so that I can then put the fire out. Okay. Anyway, one more thing on sport boats, things not to bring. A lot of excess gear. You don't need 15 rods unless you're on an 18-day trip. Okay. I just, as a general rule, I bring 3 to 5. On both my boat, charter boats, anything. That usually covers it. Ice chest, not allowed. Loaded weapons, not allowed. Booze, probably not allowed. They want you to pay their $3 for their beer.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, pets. Your dog is not welcome to go with us. Okay. All right, I've got a couple minutes left here. I'll go really fast on private passenger boats unless you want me to wait till afterwards.
Yeah, let's do that. So, guys, stick around.
Okay.
We're gonna jump. We're gonna have Coach Worf join us, and we'll do the fishing report, and then we're gonna go back to speak with Captain Dan, and we're gonna do the advice for when you're going on private boats. Okay, we just did charter boats. This is gonna be advice for when you're going on private boats. So let me get Coach here and add Coach here to the call.
Okay. Meanwhile, Kevin, Sea Samurai, Chris.
What's up, Kevin? What's up, Chris?
Yay. It's my time madness. This one's almost gone. So while Coach is on, guess where I'm going? Back to the fridge to restock.
Nice. And then, Coach, if you can hear us. 2 out of 3 in the call. Can't see. So I called him, see if he picks up. Oh Lord, he says that's some good advice. Very good advice. All right, Coach, if you're Coach, call
Levin. What's up, Levin? Oh God.
Cutwater kryptonite. Yeah, dude, Cutwater is lethal, dude.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, 2's plenty.
All right, perfect. Okay. Skype is loading, taking its time. Okay, cool. All right. I'm gonna add you to the call. There you are. Let's go. What up, Coach?
What's good, my peoples? What's good?
Here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to switch over to. We're gonna the intro of the show. We're gonna switch over to me real quick. We're gonna intro the show We're gonna intro the segment. So Coach is here, guys. We're gonna rock the new segment. Here we go. I hope this is the right one. No, that's the right one. Oh, come on. Be the right one. Nope. Here, I found it. Nope. There it is.
Get ready. Here comes this week's San Diego Fishing Report.
There we go. What up, Coach? Welcome to the show. Let's go.
Happy birthday, Captain. How you been, man?
Thank you, sir. All good. Good to go. Good to go.
Awesome.
Can't wait to hear your report.
It's always my pleasure to deliver. Always.
Coach, thanks for taking the time, dude. This is awesome.
All right, no problem. I just made it kind of a short one, and we'll just go from there.
Okay, cool. All right.
You want to get right into it here?
I'm ready. Yep. All right, so we're gonna go split screen, guys, and then you guys can see Coach's screen. Let's see. Window share.
Here we go. There's that.
Let's see. Where?
That. Maybe. Oh, nope. Nope. It's telling me I'm both. Come on.
Try to find this one. Okay. Go.
Where are you?
Split screen or party split. Coach full. There it is.
Oh, am I up here? I can't tell if it's running or not.
Oh, it's not. Oh, yeah, it is. It is. You're sharing.
Okay.
Okay, now let me just fix my side. Let's see. Like you're sharing. Captain Dance split screen. Dance full screen. Co-host. Worf split screen. Party split. Window share. Should be this one. Okay.
Why does my shirt look black when it's really blue?
You know, Captain, one time I asked the irrigation guy at work, I said, why in the devil do these numbers not match up with what we see in the field here? It's telling me we have an overflow, but then I run it and all the numbers look fine. And he looked at me and he said, well, boss, I think it's just PFM. I'm like, PFM, what's that? He goes, pure effing magic, my man. Pure effing magic.
All right, we got the magic going, Coach. There, you're on your screen is on the screen now. Very good.
All right. So our Tides, our Tides went from being really good at the end of last week to being moderately okay in the beginning of this week to turning into, I don't know what you call this at the end of the week. We got really heavy sweeps heading into the weekend, especially in the mornings. You got like 6.5, almost 7 foot tides on a couple of these days. So I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you're fishing someplace like Zuniga, mouth of Mission Bay, anywhere there's a lot of current, mouth of Oceanside Harbor, anything like that, when you're dealing with tides that are approaching 7 feet, be really careful. It's a lot of movement. That can really turn the fish on and get them biting good, but that can also make fish in some places super dangerous. So please, people, if you're heading out towards the end of this week, early next week, watch the tides, make sure you know your conditions, all the good stuff. All right.
Perfect.
All right. Sport fishing report. We're going to go over some dock totals. Fishing's been tough. Our local, the good news is there's a few yellowfin tuna in the mix already, which is kind of interesting considering it's not even June yet. But the reason for this is we had such, I think it was the southerly wind that we had. But man, this weekend was just super rough. I went out on Friday and fished, and I thought, man, it's supposed to be better by Sunday. I went yesterday, and man, I just got it handed to me. So, just try to do your best in the conditions, and really it's been super rough. So, fish the bays or the insides of the jetties, or especially you kayak guys, just be careful where you're launching, know your conditions. Not the time to experiment with an open water launch right now. So that was Sport Fishing Report. This is Temp Break. All right, so we have nice warm water piled up against the coast, which is good, but we got lots of cold water everywhere else, which is bad. So most of it's still above 60, 62, even as far down as you want to go down here. A lot of this is still 61, 60, 62 degrees, so it's still fishable, and we still have somewhat of a connection to the warm water of the south, but it's really breaking up hard. I think that this really rough weather we've had off and on this last week has really affected the surface temperature. Put a lot of grass into the water in some places. The good news is the red tide seems to be clearing. So those of us who fish shore, onshore, near shore, inshore, definitely an improvement there for some of us that have been facing that chocolate milk water the last few days, or like from the middle of last week earlier. It seems to mostly be cleared everywhere that I've heard of.
Nice.
Okay, if this thing ever loads. Oh yeah, it's loading up. So you'll see we got really heavy offshore winds here. The good news is it's still pretty mild onshore, but it's pushing into that area of cooler water that's really heavy offshore winds here.
Yeah, Captain Daniel, we're feeding back. There we go.
Feedback day.
I got it. I got it.
Cool.
And just kind of as a last visual for everything that we've been finding out here. Here's the OSPO chart here. This is NOAA. This is their chart. That last one was an MSN chart. And you can plainly see here where this nice warmer water is getting pushed up against the coast. And we have really heavy incursion, cold water offshore and to the south. I don't know if this is going to hold. I hope not. I hope that we get that this corner fills in right here and we get a better connection to the south than we have right now. But it seems like the tuna are still here. They're just not biting as well. Or maybe it's just been so rough it's been hard to target them. But make sure you keep an eye on your conditions, know what you're doing before you head out. And that's all I got for you, Roman.
Very nice. Very nice. Let me bring you back into the split screen here. Let's see, we're split. There you are.
Hey, I have a question for Coach.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Wait, there you go.
Yeah, go ahead, Roman.
Go ahead. He's good.
So I watched the Fishmonger tonight that I work on, and I didn't shoot the episode. They were down in Alabama, and Tommy Gomes said they were catching black tuna. Is it blackfin tuna or
Blackfin tuna? Yeah.
Blackfin tuna, and I said it looked small. To me, it looked like a high-end aku. But he said it tastes better than he says it's better than a yellowfin. Wow. It's in between a yellowfin and a bluefin as far as taste. What are your thoughts? I'm just curious.
I'd say that it's like, how would I even describe blackfin? I would say blackfin are like a slightly leaner yellowfin tuna. They don't have the same maximum size. They get, as near as I know, they get to 25 or 30 pounds. I mean, maybe somebody out there's got one at 40, but it seems to me that blackfin, they're a fairly lean fish. I'd say they're almost as lean as bonito.
Yep.
And the meat is super red, super tight grained. It's blackfin's real weird, but the blackfin tuna are a serious prey base for the major predators of the tropics on the other side. So
they didn't look like they were that big, and they've got. But he said it was a really good looking fish, and they weren't that big. But anyway, I've never been exposed to one. But anyway, just curious. He said they're really good, so I figured you'd know.
I would say they're pretty good. We used to jack pole them all the time and use them as strip bait on long lines. So, I mean, we saw lots and lots of them, and we ate them many, many times. And they got one of the weird things about blackfin is they got a different shaped bloodline than the rest of the tuna. Like most of the tuna, it's kind of like a bulging triangle. So you have the skin here, and then it kind of bulges out, and then it kind of tucks down towards the spine. Theirs is a lot more like a flat-sided shape, as opposed to that more rounded look that you see in like bonitos and tunas for the most part.
Interesting.
Well, I see that. Anyway, Kevin says they're tasty. Kevin, where have you caught them? I'm just curious in the chat. And Arnie wants to know if you catch them in the Gulf of Mexico. But it looks to me like if I could use it for aku. It's a good interchange for aku. Yeah,
you could for aku. It's a perfectly good yellowfin replacement. Pretty much, you just whatever you're doing, you have to remember it's a little leaner, so you probably want to cook it a little rarer, or add some moisture so that it holds up.
Yeah, they do. They cook their fish like I do mine. As we talked about being a chef or a cook, salt and pepper and olive oil in a white hot black frying pan. That's all you got to do. It's just that simple.
Coach, very cool. So you ready for Wisdom of the Week?
Oh, sure.
Ooh.
Wisdom of the Week.
Oh, that's great. I couldn't understand what it was last week, but with the Bose headset on, I just heard it for the first time.
Oh my. so this is my wisdom of the week, and it's kind of similar to some of the ones I've had in the past. Know yourself, know your conditions. I really took a pretty serious bath last night in La Jolla. It could have been dangerous. I mean, I've been doing this forever, so I know where my limits are. But if you're not familiar with where your limits are, don't push it to the most extreme thing you can think of doing. It's okay to take a step back and say, hey, you know what? I'm not comfortable approaching this. And that simple thing, like your level of comfort it really can be the difference of life and death. So,
yeah.
Don't push your limits, watch your tides, watch your conditions. If you're looking at something going, I don't know if I want to do that. Yeah, you might want to just take a step back, grab the binoculars, or, take a whole different plan for the day.
Perfect. That makes sense. Very cool. Very cool. Guys, you can catch more of Coach's advice on our Discord channel. Check out his channel. He's also on YouTube, Worth TV. Look up Worth TV or hit him up in the chat. Click on his name. Go over to his channel. Subscribe to his YouTube channel, Worth TV. You can also find him on sdfish.com and in our Discord server. Cool. Any new stuff coming up, Coach?
I've got so much content loaded in the pipe right now. I'm like behind and all over the place. And I mean, nice. I've dropped like in the last 9 days, I think I've dropped 7 or 8 videos, mostly all shorts.
Yeah.
But I just have a ton of content coming. So for anybody who likes to follow my stuff, more of the same is heading out here. I'll probably be dropping another video at 2 a.m. tomorrow. It's
no, it's good. It's perfect. Cool. So there you go, guys. Also, Coach is an awesome contributor to what we're doing here. So make sure you guys go support him and follow what he's doing. And one of the cool things about Coach, so many cool things about Coach is that he's also super willing to answer questions. New guy questions, welcome. And if you're lucky, you might even get to see his face. He'll take you out. He'll take you out in real life and show you how to fish.
see now, Roman, I figure with a face this ugly, I'm doing the world a favor by keeping the mask on.
Very nice. Cool. Well, once again, Coach, thank you so much for the help and for doing the fishing report for us today. Let's take Coach out with a round of applause from the live studio audience. Thanks, Coach.
Happy birthday, Captain.
Thank you, sir. Number 71 in a series of hopefully many more.
Let's go.
Have a nice one, gents.
That's awesome. Very cool. So, what happened here? Oh, there he goes. There I am. All right, so we're gonna jump back in with Captain Dan, guys, and now we're gonna talk about the difference now. Oh yeah, so we're gonna talk about advice for people getting on private boats. Okay, we just covered charters, getting on charters, learning how to tip and what to expect and all that good stuff that you just. If you just tuned in after that, you missed it, go back and rewatch it. It's a lot of good advice. If you have any questions about that or about what we're gonna be talking about next, put it in the chat. A lot of great questions coming through. It makes the episode more full and more helpful for the people that are gonna watch this in the future because they're gonna be able to learn from your questions. So if you have a question, put it in the chat because you're not only helping yourself, but you're helping the next guy that doesn't have maybe that's afraid to ask the question. Okay, so thanks for doing that.
Perfect.
Cool.
All right, so I got. Let's see. At the end, we have to do our shameless plug for the CCA banquet when I'm all done.
Well, when
we're all done.
Let's remind people now, actually, because
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, guys, we have the CCA VIP table set up for the MMFC Club. We have 5 spots left at our table, guys. A lot of cool things happening. It's a great organization. Maybe Captain Dan, you want to give us a little primer in case somebody doesn't know what CCA is? I'll put you on the spot here.
CCA is a Coastal Conservation Association. It allows it's a national organization with several chapters, including San Diego. And Kevin and I are both on the San Diego board. Kevin's also on the state board. I was up for the job of the executive director for California, and thank God Wayne Cotto got it because he's way, way better at it than I would have been. And so props to him. It's an organization that protects our rights to fish. It's not like we don't go hug trees. We're protecting your rights to fish. Okay. And trying to keep areas open. I'm being a diving instructor for 50 years. My thing, whenever I'm talking with the Fish and Game Commission or whatever, it's about spearfishing and abalone and things like that, the things that Roman and I and a couple others are also into in addition to fishing. And it's a good deal. It's $35 for a year. And it helps to just they have lobbyists. The reason that there's the bluefin that are here, the white sea bass that are here, 42% of the white sea bass that are being caught right now were hatchery fish, and CCA was big on that. Big in that. I can go on and on and on. I'll leave it at that. It's something you need to do. At the banquet, MMFC is going to kick ass on all the other fishing clubs. Even though we're a virtual kind of club that's kind of becoming a real honest to God one. There's all these guys, these old geezers. Somebody asked me, they said, what's the difference? I told them at the board the other night, the difference between MMFC and the others is that we enjoy each other's company instead of these other guys just putting up with other people in the club. We enjoy each other, and it's good. And as much as, I absolutely detest pineapple on pizza, I just go with it. It's kind of fun. And I enjoy the banter, and I enjoy the everybody, everybody has a good attitude. The banquet is we've got 1.5 tables for MMFC, which is that's one more right now than everyone, one more than any of the established fishing clubs. And the VIP table is going to have their own a service, a waiter, and they're getting these cool swag bags. And just so you know, a regular ticket is $75. VIP ticket is $100, but it includes $35 to renew your membership or extend your membership, whatever. But something else that it includes is in your swag bag is nice. This angle, really cool tumbler. And there's a $30 deal right there. Yeah. So, you've got $70 about in freebies or whatever value right there. Plus there's going to be Kevin will be there. That's Kevin, just like my little brother spells it. And right. And sorry to interrupt, Captain Dan. And we're gonna have some. I think Submission Fishing Co. Muto has agreed to hook us up with some stuff in our swag bag for the MMFC VIP table. So that's very nice of Muto. Shout out to Muto. Congratulations on the new boat too, by the way. Very nice. And I think there's another deal in the works to add more goodies to the MMFC VIP bag. So, and that's kind of outside of CCA, but I want to make you guys show up, fill up those 5 slots that are left. It's $100, guys, and you should be a member of CCA anyway. If you're an angler, if you're a fisherman, if you're enjoying these fishing rights we have, we gotta make sure we fight to preserve those. Cool. Absolutely. For those of you that have kids or grandkids, you have to do it. You have to do it. So anyway, thanks for that. Now back so we just got the confirmation. We just got the confirmation from Brian. I wasn't sure because the last time we talked, I wasn't 100% sure, but we are for sure gonna be getting some cool baits in the MMSC swag bag, guys. So you're getting about $100 worth of value anyway. And even if it wasn't $100 worth of value or close to $100 worth of value, you should still be part of the CCA. And if you're a diehard MMFC member, like some of you guys are here every week. Let's go hang out in real life and take a group picture and have a blast and get to know more people in the community, in the fishing community, and see where else we might be able to help. Right? Where else we can get involved. So it's just like. I really don't like to push stuff, guys, unless I really feel wholeheartedly about it. So yeah, CCA is a place that we have to support. They're helping us maintain our fishing rights, and this is a way to do it, guys. So it's time to step up. Yep. As Arnie said, we are at MMFC. We're doing way better than the other clubs in San Diego. And cool tuna, thank you. Yep. Now the bad news for those of you that are going to be there is that I have to be in stinking Morgantown, West Virginia that weekend. No. I got to fly into Pittsburgh. I won't be there. and it just kills me. But you know what? I'm sure you guys will do just fine without me.
That's that sucks.
I know.
Well, we're gonna put a picture of you we're gonna put a picture of you at our table.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Oh, speaking of that, somebody asked about my beard. So here's the personal note I'll go into. Okay. So I've only had 2 beards in my life.
Oh, interesting.
And let's see. Someone asked. So I'll ask: Is it make me look young? Does it make me look old? Does it make me look distinguished? Does it make me look like a complete idiot? But let me show you the only other time I've ever had a beard. Okay.
Screen.
And I was. Let's see, it was 1976.
What up,
Jeff?
This
was after the Spirit of Adventure was stuck down in La Paz after a hurricane. And that is me.
Yeah.
And that's before I went to Hawaii and my hair turned orange.
Most interesting man for sure.
Yeah. And there, you see that? I caught a lobster. See that?
That's so good.
Oh my God. It's so fun
so
getting
good.
to be old. Dude. Oh my God.
Wow.
So I want to redo since I screwed up on the last one, Roman.
Okay, I'm ready. On a scale.
Okay, so
on a scale of 1 to 10. You might want to turn off the. I don't know.
I'm gonna hold it way back this time.
Oh, okay, got it. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best pop top you ever heard in your life, 1 being the worst. Rate this pop top.
Let's see if I can get it right this time. Oh shit! God, how come yours doesn't do that?
Because I turn off all of the processing on my mic when I do it. I turn off the voice booster, all that stuff. What is it? I got
me in the eye again.
I got compressor. I got de-esser. I got high pass filter. I got a noise gate, and I got a oral exciter. Ooh, that sounds crazy.
Did mine cut out again? Did the audio cut out?
It did. You basically have to turn off all the processing.
The part where it goes in my eye. You do the replay, guys. You can watch slow-mo as the damn thing hits me in the eye. I almost said a bad word.
Jeff, what up, Jeff? Uncle Tuna in the house. What's up, Jeff? Welcome. Yeah, Jeff. His headphones are nice quality headphones, so they automatically filter out like loud noises. So the pop is too much. They get filtered out.
This Bose thing's a piece of crap. Get something. Go buy a Sony. Maybe you'll be able to hear better through them.
Yes, I did, Peter. Yes, I did say that. That's so funny.
Yeah, we're all excited. Okay, come on, let's go. Let's rock and roll.
Okay, guys. So
all right,
we're gonna talk about accepted behaviors, expected behaviors, etiquette when you're going on a friend's boat. And for those of you boat captains out there, private boat captains out there, people that own boats, chime in if you want to add something to this, or if we're missing something, or if you have a question. Because maybe like Muto is a new boat owner, maybe he has had a question. What should he expect from people trying to get on his boat? What's the standard? What's the etiquette? What is the status quo of?
Yep, Muto, I have one word for you: Simrad. Simrad. Okay, Simrad. Nothing else.
Very nice. No fruit on boats? Wow, we went from no bananas to no fruit? Yeah. Wow.
Hashtag not sponsored. Dang. I ponied up big time for Simrad.
All right.
And Roman's the one who figured out how the hell to work this stuff. Okay, here we go. Once again, know the boat name, location, and so on. Be on time. If you're told to go to Oceanside Harbor, where in Oceanside Harbor? There's A through God knows how many docks there. And don't be on time. Be early.
Yeah.
If it's a launch ramp, get there early. Know which launch ramp it is, or marina, and be there. Okay. Some of the stuff similar to what I said earlier. Excuse me. Take motion sickness meds well in advance. Little boats are different than big boats. And I think Roman had something to talk about little boats versus big boats and stability.
Yes. So on your kayak, on a small boat, it's very important that you keep track of how your body is affecting the lean of the boat, like or the rock of the boat, right? This is a rock. How the boat rocks. So if you're basically try to evenly distribute your weight amongst the people that are on the boat, because when everybody's on one side, the whole boat is kind of rolled over to that side, and it affects the way the boat handles, right? So be mindful of it. Try to spread it out so that your captain can more easily control the boat more consistently, right? If something's happening on one side of the boat, it's exciting. You want to go see, but if 4 people that are on that boat are over on the left side or the starboard side, right? So no, port side, over on the port side, looking over the edge, you're all going to be affecting the way the boat sits and going to be like tilting that boat over. So it's super important that you're mindful of that, especially if your weight class is more than your friends, I guess you could say, right? So.
You see what Arnie says.
So Dan, I can't be on the same.
Dan and I can't be.
Oh no, that's hilarious. No, but it's like
funny.
Like for example, let's do this. Like your captain doesn't want to say anything, right? He's just driving along. He's trimming his tabs, right? Because you're on one side of the boat, and you and your other friend are on one side of the boat, and now he's trimming the boat tabs so it's flat, so it's riding smooth, riding level. And then you decide to switch sides, and then now he's got to go trim it again. So just try to keep the boat balanced. Try to take less work. Try to make less work for the captain, basically. Buff guys.
Yeah,
says Captain says
when down in Rancho Leonero on the Pongas, my friend Mike that had passed away with the last name of Mason. When Mike Mason would go on the side of the boat, my boat partner, so that some of you know, he's the one who brought the famous
the toilet.
Kevin wound
the toilet for Kevin.
For Kevin. George and I would have to go to the other side to kind of balance out the boat. So yeah, and Arnie says so. Dan and I can't be on the same side. That would be a mistake. Yeah. So when Arnie and George and I went out bluefin observing the day, not catching, observing. Along with everyone else, two of them were caught on the entire sport fleet between San Diego and Orange County, and boats. And one of the two that was caught, a shark got. Anyway, when Arnie was on the port side, I was on the starboard side. Otherwise, we'd be getting wet. So yeah. Anyway, all right. So we got that taken care of.
So Kevin said, "You guys laugh, but I use that plastic potty." Oh.
You know what? I hate to say it, but so do I.
That's so funny.
We have one on my boat. Again, some of the stuff is similar. Have your driver's license, ID, passport, your fishing license. If you're going to Mexican waters, have a Mexican license. I get mine for $50 or $55 online.
Yeah.
And I take it down to Rancho Leonero. I take wherever I need to go. And daily ones, you can get the Landing, Tackle Stores, or Discover Baja, which is a great travel club here in San Diego. Again, don't just show up and jump on board. Wait till you're told to get on board. The guy may be finished washing the deck or putting fuel or doing stuff, whatever. And then ask the guy, whoever it is. I'm pretty casual. Roman's been on the boat, and there's been times when George, myself, and Roman have gone spearfishing, and you can't even see the deck.
Yeah,
because there's so much crap on the deck.
Yeah.
I mean, oh my God, especially spearfishing is really bad.
Yeah.
I mean, we got so much crap we make, it's just anyway. Again, don't bring a boatload of rods. I bring 3 to 5. George brings 15. Roman has been, he and Arnie have been very polite. They only bring 3 to 7. Yeah, and it's always been good. And then different from a sport boat, offer to help launch or untie the boat or from the trailer, but only instructed by whoever, I'm not going to say captain, but whoever the boat captain is, or whoever's doing it. George is the boat captain when it comes to putting it in the water. I'm the boat captain when the boat's in the water. And I've been teaching Roman, the little subtleties of operating a boat. He actually did a great job. He did what I like to call a controlled crash. He brought it in parallel to a dock. He didn't break anything. And the only time that I took the helm away from him was when we were putting George on a dock, and I didn't want to go ram the dock. So I said, let me do it. I just sort of kissed the dock and let him do his thing. When George was going to the bait barge one day, there's a round, large float, probably 10 feet around, and he nailed it at about 5 knots. So anyway, you can offer to help and do things. And if you want to learn how to drive a boat, when it's someone like myself and maybe some of the other guys that have boats,
that's a good point.
You know, just tell them, hey, you know what, can I drive the boat? You know, or whatever. When I had people come up into the wheelhouse on any of the charter boats that I ran, if they wanted to drive the boat, I let them drive the boat. Now, when I was a kid and my dad would take me fishing off Malibu or wherever, and I'd sit up on the Mr. C up on the fly bridge driving the boat. What they didn't tell me is that the boat was on autopilot. But whatever, you know, anyway.
That's so good.
You know, yeah. I've got one more thing on the charter boats. I'll come back to that. Here's something really important that is on small boats. Make sure your footwear doesn't scuff the boat or mark up the boat deck.
Yep.
That's a good one because there's, you know, it's just a pain in the ass to clean that stuff off the deck afterwards. Remove, you know, I wear Extra Tough or Grundens, you know, hashtag not sponsored. I pay out the butt for that stuff, but I've had it my whole career. Yeah, anyone that's worked on a sport boat, you have Extra Tough and Grundens, period. Yep. Okay. And if you're going to want to buy something, again, look at those two brand names and do something, but they will not scuff the deck. If like down at Rancho Leonero, when we get on the boat and we're walking 100 yards through the sand, I take my whatever footwear I'm wearing off and I rinse my feet the best I can and get on the boat. So there's not a lot of sand on the boat if you're doing something like that. Again, sunscreen, and on a small boat, bring your cell phone so you can take pictures, and also in case you have to make a 911 call. My phone was Sprint, which is now T-Mobile. I don't know if that's good, bad, or whatever, but AT&T seems to work better. The further out you get offshore, AT&T is pretty good. Sprint, crappy. All right, so bring your phone. All right, even if you don't think you'll use it, bring your phone. Yeah. Here's one. This is probably one of the most important things to do. Offer in advance to bring ice, food, snacks, cash to help pay for the fuel, and you know, ice, whatever's needed. You know, it's not a free ride. All right, especially right now. I mean, my diesel for my truck is $6.50 a gallon. My boat is, I don't know, 5 something, you know, it's not cheap. Yeah. It's not that I don't need the money. I can pony up and pay for it all myself. It's just a nice touch.
It's a courtesy
It's just
thing.
a nice thing to do. Thank you. It's a courtesy. Okay. It really is. And, again, just try to get along with everybody on board, even if you have someone who's a real jerk, you know, and, things again, not to bring unless pre-approved. And we'll come back to that, Roman. I know you got something. Yeah. Excess gear, ice chest. There's on my boat, it's a 22-foot Grady White. Where the hell am I going to put ice chest? I got one big one. When there's 3 guys on board, we've got 2 seats and an ice chest with a cushion. All right. So we don't need 4 more 80-gallon ice chests. Loaded weapons, maybe the skipper may have one, you know, but don't, you know, leave your weapons at home. As far as cans of beer, lunch, whatever, I don't care about that personally. You know, you may have someone that has a boat. I don't know. Muto may not want you to bring beer on board. I don't know. I have no idea. But anyway, also, believe it or not, honest to God, this has happened to me before. Pets. Do not bring your pet. Your pet is not invited. I love dogs. I donate to God knows how many charities to save dogs. But, you know, quietly, and that's what I do. I donate for that. But I don't want to see your stinking dog on my boat. Hell, my dog doesn't even go on my boat. You know?
Arnie said no fireworks. Oh, my God. That's another good one, too. Jeez.
Yeah. I would have to say, after the story that I told, the fireworks. You know, I'll leave it at that. There's a charity in town that's very big in town, and it's due to fireworks. So I'll leave it at that. But yeah, fireworks are not a good thing. And I know you had something, Roman. You were going to add earlier.
What about when you get like invited on a friend's boat and like you're not the only one that's going? There's like 2 other people you might not know, or like another person you might not know, and that dude turns out to be a jerk.
Well, that happened to me.
Okay, let's talk about that.
And what you have to do is you have to bite your tongue and just know that this is not it's not Gilligan's Island, and you're not going to be with them for forever. And just do the best you can. It happened to me. I stayed out of the way.
Yeah.
I found myself went up to the wheelhouse and or the flight deck or the flight bridge, whatever. And I just stayed out of the way the whole time. One more thing, back to charter boats. Don't go anywhere that says crew only. I forgot that.
Oh, that's good.
Really important.
Yep.
And it's for your safety. It's for your safety. Now, on every boat that I've ever operated, I've always allowed passengers to come in the wheelhouse. I started going on that earlier about me having the boat on autopilot and all that. But in fact, on the bottom scratcher, we had a list. If you looked over on the port, coming through the port door, there was a little list. It had like 10 different things. There was 1969, 65 feet, 2 671s, 10 knots, 450 gallons. I did one on the Spirit. It was 3 1271s, 10,000 gallons, 3,000 fresh water, 18 knots if I want to burn fuel. And then the last one always was because they don't work. And everybody would always go, what's that one? And you could see them, they'd be looking at it and they'd go, So when they'd say, how fast does it go? You go, number 4. When was the boat built? Number 1. Where? Chula Vista. Pool boat works. Whatever. But the one that nobody ever figured out was the one that said, it was always left it for the bottom because they don't work. And does anybody know what that one is?
Oh my God, that's a good one. Let's go. Give him a second. Give him a minute. Give him a minute. That's a good one. I want someone to guess it.
Yeah.
That's so good.
It's so funny.
The answer is
it's
because
so obvious. Don't overthink it.
The answer is because they don't work. What's the question, guys?
Yep. That's Alex. And while you do that, are you still drinking Mai Tais or what do you switch to?
I'm just like half. Oh, excuses, says Leonard. That's a good guess.
Let's see. Dave Rage, Bad Vibe, Last Invite, Excuses. No. I'm here all night. I'm waiting.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
I don't know what it is.
I know you don't. Don't overthink it. It's so obvious. Because they don't work. You're on a boat. Sometimes it gets rough. Things happen. Okay, I'm gonna throw. Here's a gimme. Something that you own has the same thing on them.
Oh,
that's a good one. That's a good hint.
Something you own has the same thing on them. I don't know. I got too much Mai Tai in me.
The radio to the Coast Guard.
Life raft.
Advice.
Life raft. Does the radio?
Those work.
Those work. Does the radio?
All right.
Okay. All right.
10 more seconds.
Tires.
10 more seconds.
Oh, we got.
Tires.
Okay, we're going. Buttons. PFD.
Oh, you're on the right track, Leonard. You're on the right track. It's something similar to tires. Buttons. PFD. Because they don't work.
Why don't you have paddles?
Well, that's another one. I'm going to give a hint. We always have squeegees.
Life rings, wheels. Why no life preservers?
Kevin, of all people, come on. Come on, Kevin.
This is gonna be a trivia night question, so you guys better take note.
Yes.
Windshield wipers.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Cal, let's go.
Don't work.
Dang.
Oh my God.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's funny.
We always had, every boat I've ever run, we always had a 5-gallon bucket with water and a squeegee so we could clean the windows.
Yeah.
When you watch Wicked Tuna and all that, and they've got so much water coming over, or ships, Matson ships and container ships. They've got those round things that go around, and it's anyway. But on a charter boat, you will never ever see windshield wipers.
That's interesting.
Period.
That's so funny.
On that note.
Cheers, everybody. Cheers, everybody.
Sorry we ran so late.
No, this is good.
You guys enjoyed it. Thank you, guys. 71. I can't believe it. No one believes it more than me. And I still didn't know. What are we doing with the beard? Is it going?
Keep it. Keep it. Keep it. It looks good.
Quite sure
I said keep it. What do you guys say? Keep.
I look distinguished.
Keep
so
or keep or shave. Keep or shave in the chat. Keep if you want to keep it. Shave if you want to shave. Keep it. Let's keep it going.
Salty.
Keep it. Happy birthday, Captain Dan, says Leonard. 71 years young. Let's go. One more night. No more. One more night, Brian. Oh, nice. Keep it. Love the stories, Captain Dan, says Roy. Very cool.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it. I really do.
So on a very special birthday, Captain Dan. So Captain Dan's official birthday is on Wednesday, guys. If you have a couple minutes to jump on with us on Wednesday with Brian's on the thing, would be awesome to have you. But until then, I want you to sign off the show with some of your wisdom of the week. So I'm going to play the sound for you, and then feel free to just share any insights you want to share with the community, any thoughts you might have.
Wisdom.
I love that. My wisdom of the week is that I'm 71. I'll be 71 on Wednesday. I've had a great life. I'm not done yet. I have so much more stuff to do, and don't hesitate to do fun things. If you have a family, enjoy your family, take your family, do things, go outdoors, take them fishing, just do fun stuff. If you have a dog, enjoy your dog. Don't sweat the small stuff. I know right now we're all dealing with $6 gas and all that stuff. It'll be over. It'll happen soon. Things will get better for all of us. And you just, as I always have told people, maintain a positive forward attitude. All right. No matter how crappy it gets, positive forward motion, and we'll all be good. And that's it.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you so much, Captain Dan. And once again, a happy birthday. We'll give another happy birthday wishes on Wednesday. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. I will take you out with the round of applause from live studio audience and then some shout outs for the people in the chat. Let's go. Once again, Captain Dan, thank you so much for spending so much of your time with us. You're a cornerstone to our club. You are very much appreciated, and man, you do so much for the club, more than these guys know. So thank you so much. Even just your support since I was doing the Spear podcast, man. It's meant a lot to me. Okay, I still remember when we went and had lunch here down the street, and all the positive encouragement you gave me. It was very inspirational. So thank you so much, Captain Dan, for everything you do for us and for me too. So thank you so much, guys. Once again, we'll be back here on Wednesday. If you haven't sent your pictures to Brian for PB shoutouts, make sure you do that, please. Just like it was such a fun episode for me. I'm excited. Make sure I'm forgetting what I'm supposed to say at the end here. Make sure you if you're coming to the CCA Apps and Taps event, go check that out. Shop.romancastro.com. There's 5 spots left on the last one of our VIP tables. You're gonna get an awesome swag bag. On top of that, you're gonna be supporting an awesome organization. Guys, I did an interview with Darren and Chris and Kevin for the CCA podcast and for the Dog Talk podcast that should be dropping here soon. So I'll be dropping a link in our Discord. Make sure you guys go over there and listen to that show, listen to that episode, and go follow their podcasts. It's the official CCA podcast and also the Dog Talk podcast. Make sure you go follow them and subscribe to their podcast, however it is you subscribe to those. And let's make those episodes the most listened to. Okay, let's go show support. And again, they're doing cool stuff for the community as well. So make sure you go give them a follow on their Instagram. Okay. Chris, what's the Instagram for CCA, for the CCA podcast, for the Dog Talk podcast? Sorry, guys. I know the music ran out already, but I want to get this in before we go. It is. We'll catch it in the chat here. Just look for the. I think it's a Doc Talk podcast on Instagram. Give them a follow. They're trying to get to 500 follows. Let's give them a follow over there and support that. Let's see if I can get them in here. I don't see it. No. Okay. Anyway, I'll put a link for all that information in our Discord server. When the episode comes out, I'll put a link directly to the episode, and then let's go show our support. And they're also trying to build something new here, guys. We're trying to like bring the fishing community together, and I like that they jumped in. No, it's not on Instagram. It's a full actual podcast. So, Doc Talk podcast. There you go. Look that up. I'll have the links for everything in our Discord server once it launches, and I might even do and we'll have actually better links for you guys on Wednesday's episode. So also tune in Wednesday. We have results for Spotty Bowl session. So it's a lot of stuff going on, guys. Make sure you come back here on Wednesday. You have a good night. That's all I got.
Oh my God.
So I feel so out of the water without the music in the background. There it goes. Okay, good. That's good.